Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to a fantastic coming back episode for Brian After None. We're going to talk about what happened last night. We're going to talk about some other things. We're going to talk about my experience with the fandom as a whole. We're going to have some fun. We're going to shed some tears. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to see where the morning takes us. And then after that, I'm going to go get some lunch and continue my day. So without any further ado, let's get to my intro. Shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about to dance on any grave. So I'm not here to really other than maybe we can actually start talking about different things. I don't know. We'll see how that. Let's see here who happened to join and hopefully smash the like button on the way through. Jay Casali. It says, "Hey Brian, please don't time me out again. I don't have a reason to time me out today, dude. Within the realms of chill, and we're all here to just kind of remember since last 2 years of my YouTube, and I've been devoted to this Snyder Cut crap. Kind of bittersweet. Hate Nate. Well, it's afternoon on my end. It's 10 a.m. So before we get into the meat and taters of I would show you guys something that's kind of fun. Have you ever messed around on Google Earth? Well, I do. So, anywho, what you're looking at right now is the view from the west. Yes, it's finally over. Let us all rejoice. I think it's a point where we can kind of just be like, all right, cool. Let's reminisce about the times we had. Okay, and not hold out for too much. But anyways, this is. I'm gonna put the. No, that's gonna stare off into the sun. This is the moon. Google Earth on the moon or whatever is okay. So like this is the actual pictures from the landing site of the or there's the eagle. But anywho, I thought that would be something kind of interesting to start to show off with. And I also games that I'm going to play as well, depending on who comes around. I could send out some anyone wishes to join, just to kind of reminisce. I'm not really here to dunk on anybody or anything. This is mostly to my friends that were big. We'll walk through it, I guess. All right, so let me get rid of this and got involved with all of this. as a couple people have told me early on board. So, yeah, I after I had just got on YouTube, and I got it on YouTube uh, right after people were kind of jazzed about Star Wars again, and not the Mandalorian, but the Gray Order was kind of a thing. Get into the weeds on it too much, but it was just we were trying to make a fandom movement that would kind of opinions. We just weren't as volatile as they were. So kind of like, you know, after all that stuff, this is when I was finally getting on stream with Max for the first couple times. Group splitting up, going its separate ways. Funny enough, it had to do with a lot of the Andy Signore stuff. Still continues to this day, as a matter of fact, but for totally different reasons. And I'm glad Max is in this involved. It was such a great time, especially like in my first little bit, getting to know about what the hell is this Snyder? It's on YouTube. Watching it was probably Midnight's Edge or something like that. They were just talking about like the behind the scenes crap that was going on with Warner. Now, nothing's going to change that. So let's just kind of, this is another thing we're going to talk about maybe. Just to, let's be fair, it only goes for so long. And then after a while, it's like, dude, just get over it, man. Go, man. What are you salty over what happened? And, you know, Lewis Cox did something happen last, you know, I could probably pull up some twits and some articles and stuff like that. But Lewis, basically what happened was James Gunn came out and said that Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore. And then Henry Cavill made a statement on it. So the what's done with the Snyderverse is basically done because there, which happens all the time. Yeah, exactly. That was my question to him too. As long as he's good. Anybody on the, I'm not putting him on the panel. It's nothing personal, Andrew. I'm good. But anyways, my first streams were with Max, and that's how I met Enosh. That's how I met the guys from the 4 Nerds. Really good people with them, because I feel like we've fallen out, or I've fallen out with them over the last, and you know, it's just because of differences of opinion. You know, I kind of started chafing the stuff that before the movie had come out. Fantastic. It was really positive, really good times. I mean, I had so much fun time. And I thanks to Enosh. And if Enosh, you ever watch this, man, I do want to say thank you, because one, you broke my shell on broke me out of my with my opinions, and to not just sit there on a stream. Used to do it all the time. Go back and watch some of my early stuff with Max. Big personalities on the stream, and I just didn't want to get in the way. I'm not happy Snyder's gone. And to be fair, it's just the lasting effects of everything. No, I'm very happy that you know, hoping things get better as far as the Henry Cavill stuff. But anyways, as far as, I mean, shoot, we got involved with the Ray Fisher stuff, and that was another back and forth with them. That was fun. I mean, Enosh, he'd prop me up, and that's how I met like half of the people in this chat, Snyderverse and all that kind of stuff. most of you wouldn't be here. I don't know. Now, I think I'm being completely honest. So that being said, the release the Snyder Cut movement meant to me. That was two different things. Okay, or the movie early, which was awesome. Thank you, Enosh, for that. That was super cool. Fun stuff that took place. So many good friendships. So many watch parties. At least from my perspective. Okay, so when I or whatever the hell, you kind of tried, at least my naivete took it seriously. So when Anne Sarnoff came out after it was a dick move, but like the timing of it. But you gotta think it was, just, but she just dropped the hammer on it, and that was it. And I took it as that's it. Okay, guys, let's rock out of here, man. Let's kind of go with our own way here. I was like, all right, cool. So a month goes by, a couple months go by, and they're just like, nah, it happened. And I'm just like, guys, no, we got to stop doing this. We're gonna kill ourselves if we're hoping that something's gonna happen. And it's just like, no. And then I noticed that people were devoting their streams news, and this is how I'm going to present it in a way that caters directly to what you want to hear, because this is something that you really want. So I kind of don't feel bad for those people, because they were kind of expect of it too. But that's when I started to see it for them. After that Sarnoff article, people started getting pissed off. And I noticed with the Phantom Menace, because if you were on YouTube around that time, you kind of remember. Let's see here. Hey, I really wish they'd gotten a Spider-Man 4 with Raimi and Tobey Maguire. Yeah. Yes. But see, that was when I started seeing the beginning of the toxicity. Being a fan of what's the word I'm looking for here? Of Star Wars and stuff, and I watched it happen in the Star Wars community. Star Wars community took a man. We saw it. Like, that's why the Grey Order was formed, because the Phantom Menace existed. And the Phantom Menace basically drove content for people who were against it to this day. As a matter of fact, I still rag on it's just a lost cause, and you're just the other side of that coin. You're just nicer about it. I don't know. I had a criticism on that. But anyways, that's what I started seeing with regards to the Snyder community. And it wasn't the good people. Don't get me community. There's always great for good people. But the problem was they started looping themselves in, because every time you would mention Snyder fan, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about that guy over there yelling stupid crap in the name of Zack Snyder." And that, to push back, like Enosh push back, Max on occasion. He would tend to be like, well, you guys, and I understand, trying to be more diplomatic, because he tries to be friends with everyone, which I understand. But I'm not trying to be friends with everyone. I'm trying to nurse people's delusions, or something along those lines. But I'm not saying people were delusional for wanting something to happen. But it was the realization of the uphill climb, all the other stuff, and I've always been, but see, that's where it started. Because once this negativity started happening, is once the toxicity started happening. Like once that happened, you got labeled for all sorts of. So it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're not like totally down for this turkey picture. You hater, you anti. It's like, what the fuck, man? Did I come at your house and like spit in your bowl of Cheerios or something? Because that's how you're acting. You need to calm that shit down. But see, that's how I would lose friends. Because I would see this and they'd host the streams and I'd in the chat for one channel and be in the chat for ours. And they'd be like, oh yeah, this, that, and the thing. Oh, it's so great. And then they'd be over on the other one being like, yeah, to the ground. It's like, dude. So when I said something about it on Twitter, they're like, we didn't know you hate. Well, I don't. But okay. And after a while, it started to turn into that. To where it was like, it'd take like a week or so off because it was just like constant bombardment of, and we didn't even, it didn't have to do with Snyder. We'd still end up talking about. It was like, yeah, the flip coin of that god awful franchise. So like in my tweet this morning, I said it was kind of before it and the worst thing that happened to me after it, because I watched all those friends that we were like, yeah, now we're not friends anymore. So I'm like, oh, all these communities that were built up around the Snyderverse are stronger than that. I think so, because we came from another fandom into it. So that's kind of what we want to see. But I think we'll be okay. And to those who think that I'm anti and a hater, am I really, dude? Am I calling anybody out for some of the nonsense they've said over the last year and a half, 2 years? I probably should. I've done. I do stand by with a lot of what I said. A lot of people just stood by and let some people say some really reckless stuff on their stream. Not even like, and not even like push back at all. Just kind of nodding along, like, yeah, I'm not. The people think you're crazy. I'm not crazy. No, you're crazy too, dude. You're crazy. Enjoyed the community for what it's worth. Met a lot of people, mostly all of you, because like I said, I in a low way built my community around this. I might have plucked some of the and here you are. But other than that, hey, I don't know. I'm like, part of me wants to talk, like, completely just get the hell out of this stuff for a very long time. And it's also getting close to playoff time, getting close to being in the playoffs. So it's usually time I get excited about football. It's been since 2019. And I'm sad. You keep your foot on the gas, Shanahan. You don't let up. That's how you lose. Like 5 minutes to go. I don't understand what happened. Hans! Dude, my streamer is slow as hell today. What is up, dude? Let's see here. No, we're good, man. Like I said, I think I've made it. I made it a point to like pluck through that are my hardcores, and trust me, I love each and every one of you guys. It wasn't for doing this YouTube stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. Life would get really, really sad, really, really sad. But yeah, no. So I wanted to show hopefully little bit of the moon. I do these kind of chill streams in the morning. I tend to throw in a game or something like that, and And I started this stream early, so there's about 20 minutes of me going on about my experience getting into the Snyder movement, recognizing some of the toxicity that is inherent in all these movements. It happened with Star Wars. So, I'm not throwing shade at that particular direction, people think I like to do. I'm not a hater. I'm not anti anything. As a matter of fact, I just purchased the movies. I love the movies, except for Batman versus Superman. It really was a depressing movie. I'm sorry. Extra half-hour footage doesn't make it any better. And that's the only shade I'll throw. Okay, everybody can calm down now. But see, the thing is we could look forward to what Zack Snyder's doing now, which is Rebel Moon's coming out soon. So there's always something positive. Yes. No, I'm right there with you, Dr. Hockey. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. This is kind of my thank you, F you, goodbye, as put by Jim Cornette when he quit. I'm hoping that for all intents and purposes it's over and we can mostly pack up and move on with their lives. Maybe even take a break from DC for a hot minute and talk about something else, for God's sakes. And if that means we got to talk about Avatar and I got to go watch the piece of shit, then so be it. I'm just gonna be a couple weeks later, and I'll probably know what's happened in it already because people are gonna spoil it for me. And I don't know. Max was supposed to send me money, and I'm like, whatever. See, the thing is, Bruce, Brucifer, I got called a hater. That's where I started getting upset because it was like, guys, can we just pump the brakes until something officially gets announced, like it did last night? But no, people were just like, no, you don't know what's going on, man. We're gonna keep holding out hope for a year and a half to no avail, and it's like, guys, no, you can't do that, man. I'm sorry. Coming from somebody that's held out hope for a lot of stupid shit, it's not worth it in the long run, man. All you do is end up just being burnt out at the end of it. Just like me, you get a little cynical. No, I was happy. My first reaction, and I've always been a realist about it. And that's where I'm like, I'm right, but I don't feel good about it. Like, come on, guys. Like, I was trying to pick people up along the way, and I always have been. And like I said, I am a man of my word, where I said, hey, if this does fall through, I am here for you, if you need me. And I felt kind of bad about how I woke Max up last night. When I called him back, I did it kind of apologize, but I really did feel, I didn't feel like gloating either. This isn't something to gloat about. I mean, I really did enjoy Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman, and I was like, why would you put him at the end of? I mean, just think about it. If you don't know anything about what's going on in backstage stuff, you just watch Black Adam, you're like, oh shit, Superman's back, and then you go to watch the next movie and they announce it and it's all done. And then what does it have to say about the next DC movies? Like Aquaman, Flash, and Shazam. I would put them on HBO or put them somewhere, because those are going to be the lamest of duck movies. You will lose money putting those in the theaters, straight up, because then who would care? But I don't know. I honestly, I really don't know. But I kind of agree. They needed the balls to. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that was right. You can't acknowledge. I can acknowledge something that it's over, while still wishing it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. And then that's part of moving on, Yeah, I think after knowing what they know, Chris, dude, spirit animal, what's happening, my dude? You want a link, man? You want to come on, man? I want to talk to you about this, buddy. You just let me know. How you doing, man? Been a while. No, I kind of felt bad about what happened last night on Max's stream. I was spurging out, though. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? This is some of the shit that tends to piss me off about being on some of these streams and why I had to take a couple nights off. And I'm not going to name drop or anything like that. Okay. When you're a bigger part of the show than somebody that just sits there with their cam off and muted. Here, let me give you a display. When it's just this the whole stream, and you have people that are on camera and willing to be on camera and like wanting to be part of the conversation and not going to sit there and make stupid jokes. I get a little infuriated when there's 10 people trying to be on the show and you're not contributing. That gets stupid. So that happened a lot last night, and I was getting really upset, and I wanted to come back on the stream, and I wasn't able to. But that's okay, and I understand that. But it's like, that's some of the shit that's been frustrating me. It has really nothing to do with Max. It has everything to do with the people. I have my theories on it. I'm not going to discuss it right now because I'm not trying to lose any more friends this week. I think it's going to be a good one. Oh no, Max will get around to accepting it. Let's see here. I've been ready to move on since the damn movie came out. I was like, okay, that was fun. We had our fun. Let's go. No, my hey, what's up, CGH? Yes, I am back. Actually on my show. I don't know how consistently. Honestly, I don't really care. I don't do this very often. I don't like hosting because it's a lot of ers and ums and stuff like that. And the only reason I'm talking by myself right now is because, one, I didn't send any links out, and two, I actually have something I wanted to talk about, which was my journey through the release/restore the Snyder Cut movements. Yeah, see, there's plenty of other stuff, and here's my other like slightly less popular opinion. I think superhero movie genre is done for. So even if they do reboot, it'll just be for the fans. I don't think anybody will really care anymore. Yeah, kind of a lot of people did. Yeah, no, there's people who pop off at the mouth and say some of the dumbest shit. It's ridiculous. Go on there just to troll. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I've done it from time to time too, but like, you got to have an off switch or recognize that maybe you don't have something to contribute and then just dip. I don't know. Like I said, everybody could be a little bit better on streams to make the streams better. Yeah, we could do it for us. We could do it for our audience. Honestly, it's just how we behave, dude. Maybe you don't have to get your point in right now. Maybe you can sit on it and wait for a second and then get your point in. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit there and just blurt it out and talk over somebody because there's a second of silence. It doesn't. That's what the background music's for. Oh no, hero stuff has gotten stale like a mother trucker, dude. I think they're freaking mashup movies where they take like a little bit of this movie, a little bit of this movie, and then put it in there. A little bit of nostalgia for a swizzle stick, and then they take a sip off that son of a bitch and like, oh, wow, that didn't taste so good. Well, I was saying enough to realize that I didn't have something to contribute other than to sit there and just dog on people for no reason. That's how I feel about it. Let's see here. Yeah, see, I you know what? I think what I'm gonna do is when I get back from the store with my lunch, I'm gonna sit down and actually watch The Batman. I have not watched it all the way through. Can't say I have. Can't say I have. Oh my God, it's Tony Reboot Tony over here from the Geek Getaway. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day at work, my friend. Yes, reboot indeed. I think it's foolish. I think they should have at least tried to keep some of the cast around, but change the story up. But that's just me. But I do understand there's people who really don't like Henry Cavill as Superman, and those people are called idiots. Let's see here. They need to do extra sauce like Marvel. they ain't just superhero movies like Ant-Man. It's a heist film. No, that's what I'm talking about. Like they take different genres and they put them into a movie, and they're like, hey, this is a new Marvel movie. That's why I think they've lasted as long as they have. But the thing is once people see through that or something else comes along, I'm just telling you, wait till a really good, I know this is like a weird opinion. Oh, CGH, you're good, bro. Just don't distract the show. Let's see here. They need, but no. What I'm saying is like they have the people are seeing through it, like, and that's why people aren't really digging these movies as much anymore. And that maybe that, or they're just waiting for the event film. Everybody wants to watch WrestleMania. They don't care about SummerSlam. For the wrestling parlance. But anyways, let's see here. Let's see here. I kind of trigger Brian every time I'm on. No, CJH, you're a good dude, man. It's cool. I'm there though for comedic purposes only. See, sometimes comedic purposes are good. Last night was not the time for comedic purposes or chicanery. It was say your piece, laugh a little bit, and get the hell off. That's it. Take your shots and stick and move. Let's see here. I wish it was a rotating instead of sitting down there quiet and not letting everybody else take a spot. Yeah, I don't know. Figure it out. But when you have the host jumping out of his own show because there's too many people trying to get on the show, if you're not saying something, get the hell off. That's my opinion. Okay, like it's awful nice for a host to jump out of his own stream because the panel's full. Oh, I got you, Chris. It's just being polite. You don't go over to someone else's living room and start shitting all over their couch. That ain't cool. Just have respect, There you go, Chris. I'll see you in a minute, my dude. Let's see here. You watch the Batman 4 times, it gets better every time. I still haven't watched it all the way through once. Let's see here. The problem is since the movies have to be connected in some way, I feel it takes a strong. What is up, Chris?
Oh, I just kind of came in here to shit on your couch.
Right? You understand what I'm saying, though? Like, about that.
No, I get
last night. It's like, I was kind of upset. It was like, no, dude, this is bullshit. Like,
but I got to be honest.
I don't even camp on stream not to say shit.
Yeah.
Maybe make a stupid joke every once in a while. It's like, no, get the fuck off, man.
I gotta be honest, and a lot of the reason I don't try to get on with Max anymore, even though me and him, we squashed shit long time ago, and I genuinely care about Max. I do.
No,
but he ain't been acting right lately. I don't know, something's going on with him. I don't know. It's not just this DC shit. All right. Him and Matt got into that stupid fucking fight. It's just it's been, and look, not to be the fucking condescending asshole, but I can't stand half his fucking audience, and I hate half the people on his fucking panel. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, there are people on his panel I just don't like.
I'm kind of getting to that point myself. Not,
but I take no joy.
But I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I can't be on panel with most of the people here because it's just like it's very unproductive, and I don't enjoy it anymore.
And I take no joy in the people that like lost their Superman. Cavill was my Superman too.
Oh no, I'm not like. Don't get me wrong. None of this has been like dancing on the grave or like, a victory lap for me. This is not a victory lap.
No, the only joy I take in it is that, listen, all that fucking hyperbole and all that bullshit and all the slander and I don't mean like legal slander, like, oh, I'm gonna sue you, but I mean like just people defamating your fucking character and shit that came from that Mikey Sill Skywalker camp towards us. Yeah, I take joy in the fact that they're getting dunked on. I take joy in that. They're the only
people I'm like, yeah, you've had this coming for a year and a half now. Bon
But no, I
voyage,
don't
former
like that
friends.
Max is actually upset, and I know some people get heavily wrapped up. Their
I was the
escapism becomes their passion, but you
I
kind of
was the
got to
first
get a
person that
grip.
told him. I was the first person that told him. I woke him up and told him.
I mean, we saw it
Yeah.
Hans. There you go, Hans. We saw it coming. Everybody saw this coming.
Oh,
Although I do
no.
think it was a little bullshit of The Rock to get Henry
The
to come back
The
somehow.
Black Adam stuff was bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was
and then
total
and then
fucking
say,
bullshit.
oh, we got Henry back, and oh no, you don't. We don't have Henry anymore, and all these people are melting down, blaming James Gunn, but that Rock shit was in play long before, long before James Gunn even took the reins. And if I'm a new guy coming in a new business and I'm the new boss, and I want things to go my way, well, at least from a creative standpoint, from an artistic expression, I'm not bringing a Snyder in. Snyder's gonna steal my thunder. He's gonna want to do his story his way. He's gonna want to ghostwrite my movie and stealth direct my fucking. You just can't allow it. It's not personal against Snyder. You just can't allow it.
You got to do your own thing.
I mean, I feel bad for Max, but at the same time, bro, I will never get so wrapped up. Like, look, I think there's a difference
I'm so
between
detached from this. Like, I'm like,
yeah, well, but okay, there are scenes in movies that are always gonna choke you up. Okay,
Yeah.
Spock's funeral. You know what I mean? There are things that are always gonna like hit you, and you're gonna cry at the end of a movie or Endgame. Oh, Tony Stark died. I'm sad, but I'm never gonna get upset to the point that I go, oh my god, this guy's not gonna play this character anymore, or Hugh Jackman's not gonna be Wolverine. I remember being bummed out at the end of Logan, but I was also like, hey, he ended it on a good note.
It's time to move on. Even Joe Montana had to retire someday, man. You
I can't understand this whole Max was the main guy that was telling everybody how even if the Snyder Cut don't come back, we got to support DC. We got to be there for DC. You know what I mean? And now he's like, and last night he must have showed that stupid fucking meme with the wallet and the C-clamp on it a dozen times, bro. You're being a fucking hypocrite. I love you, Max, but you are being a fucking hypocrite. And I guarantee you, he's full of shit. He is so full of shit. When that Superman movie drops, he's going that weekend. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Max is just upset right now. He
said the same thing about Star Wars. So I'm just like, that's why I pay it no heed, man. He was the last boycotter when I first watched him, dude. I mean, he wasn't gonna watch anything after Solo.
Yeah, he was. I don't know.
And he eventually did. But I'm
and
just
then he's like, James Gunn, I can't support this. It's like, why are you blaming it on James Gunn? This man, James Gunn, walked into a fucking buzzsaw when he took this job, okay?
Yeah, it took a pair of brass to do this. I'm telling you.
He knew. He's like, man, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people with all this shit.
He's gonna have to hatchet his own shit, like his Peacemaker done. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, and I just don't. That's what I said on Matt's stream last night. I was like, man, anybody who's saying that. Anybody who's now doing the whole I'm boycotting DC, James Gunn sucks, fire James Gunn. They were never in it for the DC characters. They were only in it for Zack Snyder. That's it.
They were only Snyder fans.
And I did not think Max was like that. I don't think it's all about Snyder with Max, but I know the Cavill shit pissed him off.
I get the Cavill shit. That is it's the low blow, especially to have the man come out and announce that he's back as Superman. That oh my god, that stings. Like even somebody that has been detached from this as much as I have. I mean, like seriously, I'm on autopilot 90% of the time when we talk about this shit anymore, because it's just like, oh, we're talking about this again. Which it happens most nights. I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I'm happy about is that maybe we can be done with it for a while.
I mean, yeah, after it's still gonna take about a week. People are gonna do their bitching about it, but I think after that,
I'm talking about it.
Yeah, but I think after that, streams will go back to, and I do feel like that. It's hard for me to say this, being such a Cape fan, but it does feel like Star Wars got a little oversaturated, and now MCU is a little oversaturated. These Cape movies and these space movies, have kind of It's been over a decade now. It's been 12
Oh,
years
I
we've been
know.
getting nothing.
That's what I've been trying
And
to say. Like
we need
the
other movies,
genres.
guys.
Yes. No.
But you know
wait
what I did last
for-
night?
Dude, I'm telling you right now. Wait for like a good studio to get behind some freaking or not comic book movies, but like video game movies, dude. It's
Yeah,
the future.
and finally make a good one, a Gears of
Yes.
War or something like that,
Yes.
a God of War.
A decent Final Fantasy movie.
I
That's
still
also-
believe that this whole big Jason Momoa thing, I finally get to do my dream job. I don't think that was Lobo. I think it's
No.
the Crow, Brian. I think it's the Crow.
Yeah, could be.
And if Momoa wants to, and I am vehemently against a Crow reboot. I really am. But if
I'd be all right
Momoa
if
thinks
Momoa
he
didn't
can
do
pull
it.
it off, and we get the right director, I'll give it a shot, man. I will give it a shot. Brandon had his legacy. It's been over 25 years now. You know, we're still gonna love Brandon. We know he died doing what he loved, but I think it is time for another Crow movie. I really do. Give these youngsters a shot at the Crow. These kids that are like, yeah, man, the first ever rated R, Deadpool's the first ever rated R comic book movie. Give these kids a little lesson in humility and let them know that the actual first rated R comic book movie was the fucking Crow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you know what I did last night? I fucking said I've been making myself. I haven't been allowing myself to go back and watch like Mandalorian, Star Wars, any MCU movies or anything like that, right? So I went and rewatched that first episode of Strange New Worlds. It's still so good. It's so good, man.
Absolutely.
And then I said, "Fuck it. I want to go to sleep to a Cape movie." What's the best one? Everyone says Infinity War. My favorite is still either Winter Soldier or Endgame. So I put on Endgame, and guess what?
Oh, there you go.
I ended up staying up watching the whole thing,
Damn.
and it still hits me in the feels. Still.
There you go.
So those Cape movies are always there, and I hope we get some good ones. I'm excited for Guardians. But there's some other cool shit coming out next year. That James Wan movie with the little robot girl looks fucking insane.
Well, I mean, you talked about saturation with Star Wars, though, but Andor was freaking awesome. I love that show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, it almost lost me, and then when I went,
It
back
had
and
its
was able-
moments, but it was like
now go
whoa.
binge it. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it all fits. I don't have to wait a week. When you binge it, it all fits. It works perfectly. It's some of the best Star Wars I've ever fucking seen. But they almost lost me in the middle there, Brian. I'm not gonna lie, man. That big time dump into prison, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was getting angry. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you in prison? What are they building? I'll bet this shit's for the Death Star. And guess
Sure
what?
as shit.
Sure as shit. Now put it together. Put the whole circle together.
Oh yeah.
Cass was literally in prison building the parts of the machine that would later kill him and Jin.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Full circle. I believe they like to call it. Oh no, and then Aunt Petunia getting up there on the hologram. So fight the bastards. I was like, yeah,
That part
get
was
some,
great.
dude.
I loved it when his aunt
Drop
went
like,
off.
front kicks that dude in the chest. I was like, yeah, dude,
And
it's
the
on.
robot, like when K2 died, I was cool. I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. But I've never really felt for a robot. Even though
when
everybody
he gets
hates,
knocked over, it's like
even when everybody hates Rise of Skywalker. I know. I actually enjoy it. But the part where BB, I always tell people the part where BB comes out with the horses, and they're telling him, BB, this whole plan relies on you. You got to be the best you can be right now. And BB goes flying across, and I always scream at the TV, go BB, go! I get excited. But
that was a good part of the movie.
this new robot B, when it got depressed after she died, and asked that other guy, can we just stay here one more night? I felt for a fucking droid. I've never felt for a droid before.
Yeah. No.
I was sad as shit. I was like, this
feeling
droid's
other than
fucking
outright
depressed.
disdain.
And then he's like,
I'm
oh,
talking
wait,
to you,
you're taking me
C-3PO.
with you? Yeah, I never, C-3PO always bothered
hate
me.
C-3PO, man.
Yeah, he always bothered me.
He's like the whiny bitch. It's like, what they bring you along for?
Yeah, uppity butler, you know?
Yeah, with no drinks to serve, the hell? Come on now.
Yeah, like what?
All they do is talk shit. You can just come around the corner and be like, I don't think that's gonna work. It's like nobody asked you.
But I think I've been arguing with people less than normal, but I go on Jarbo's stream a lot now. Rodan has been streaming very much. I would jump on. I still comment on Max's, and I support the Shadow Max, and I like what Saggy's doing. Even though, man, Saggy, when she gets her foot on a motherfucker's throat, she keeps her foot on their throat. Like, she don't fuck around. And but Max is just, there seems like there's always these instigators, that are just trying to get a rise out of Max, or always pushing back, or real smug. I don't like smug motherfuckers, Brian. I don't like a motherfucker that acts smug. And there's just a few people on there that get real fucking smug, and I'm just like, you motherfuckers have this elitist authoritarian mentality, and I don't like it, because I went and watched your content.
I leave when that happens.
Yeah, I've seen your content. It's boring as fuck. Like I'll tell them that too. Like, your content's fucking boring, and you're gonna come over here and critique Max's shit. At least he's having a conversation. You should have put a motherfucker to sleep. I don't think I've ever seen Lil Movie Perp
Dude,
a couple times.
I'm the most humble person on that panel. I'm like, dude, I'm nobody to give comment. Shit.
Yeah, Perp's not the one I'm talking about. There's a few of them though. Like, they were on there. There's a few of them that were on there. There's definitely two of them on there last night that I don't like.
It's all good, man. I get it.
But I don't I'm not gonna stir this shit up and try to start, fights between them and Max. Fucking that shit's lame.
Oh,
whack
no,
ass
trust me.
motherfucker.
That's half of the reason why I got tired of the stupid ass Restore the Snyderverse movie, because people that we were friends with before the movie came out, all of a sudden we're not friends anymore because one person thinks something's gonna happen and the other person doesn't. So
yeah, it's dumb.
Oh, it's it's happened throughout time. You could say the same thing about Christianity. When you said the instead of the, I'm gonna kill you now.
But there's always hope. There are people that I couldn't stand that now they're probably my favorite. Matty. You know what I mean? I hated Matt. I campaigned against that dude. Brian, I could not stand that.
I remember.
And now he's one of my favorite fucking people, dude. Like, easily.
I kind of need to talk to him after the Max stuff, but yeah. He's an alright.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. And then he went on the show again last. I think that was Max and an Olive Branch, but Max was like, "Nah, fuck you, man." Poor Max, man. I do feel bad.
Well,
I think he's going through a lot more.
Can you blame him for taking that shit personally, though? Like,
no. But also,
I wasn't him, and I took it to heart, dude. I literally called him right when that stream ended. Like, as soon as he hit click.
I messaged him, Brian. I was like, "Listen, Max, I critique you. Sometimes I call you a hypocrite. We've had our solid beefs, but I genuinely care about you, man. Like, I messaged him."
For somebody to complain about somebody derailing the stream when they derail the stream sometimes too, it's just like, to me, like, we all do it.
I think what it is with Matt
I get it, and he was
now these days, like okay, look, you don't see Matt when that rock shit happened, and he starts putting Matt 2-3 days in a row on the.
Oh no, I get that. That's
you don't see Matt doing that to Max. You don't see Matt.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
And right now would be the perfect time for Matt to do it, and Matt's like, "No, we can't kick Max when he's down."
I know. I'm talking about stream etiquette. I don't care about the goddamn thumbnail. He should know that by now. Max is going to put you in a thumbnail. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, but I
get it, man. But like,
I get it. I get it. But also, people need to know. Look, when you choose a friend like Matt Jarbo, when you decide to let Matt Jarbo be your friend and be his friend, Matt's still Matt. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. And they had a point last night where it's the delivery sometimes. You know what I mean? I get it. And I'm the same way with Matt, where it's like sometimes he'll say something that'll rub me the wrong way, and I'm like, I'll have to go away for a little bit, and then I come back, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, see, I don't do that. I'm not cut like you, Brian. I'll just be like, you know what? Fuck you, man. I ain't talking to you for a few days. And I'll tell him, you're on timeout. Go to your corner now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For me, I don't consider myself a big person like that, to where I'm just like, I can't tell people how to run their shit. So I could just offer advice, I guess, the best I could do.
I used to have a bad habit of that. I would get mad at the way Max was running things. But it would always be the personal side of things, you know, what he's saying on the screen and what he's telling me backstage, you know.
I'm gonna say something and reiterate it here publicly. I have no problem with the Max at all on stream, whatever, dude. My issues are with the people on the stream or in the chat. Okay, and that's not a, and this is well known. Everybody knows it. It's like, I mean, shit. Saggy railed on it like a year ago.
Oh yeah, no, she was right too. I can't stand.
She was right.
Fucking chat. She was absolutely right.
Well, because half of them are there to try to instigate some shit, and well, I mean, not half, but there's people in there, like you said, that are there to just piss people off and get people going, you know. And then they like leave once everybody's all worked up, you know. And I always hate streams like that. Or you get somebody that comes on the stream that literally does that. Now, my thing about it is it's like, you know, we want to talk about streams and all this stuff, but there's people who literally just come on to sit there and make stupid jokes. Not be on camera, not contribute anything positive, just sit there and make dumb comments. And I know I used to do it. And I think what it is like once you realize that something annoys you, it's something that you do yourself, you know? So that's why I was like, guys, we just need to be better about how we act on the stream. Like, it's not that hard. Just be a grown up. Don't come on, you know, with your own agenda, trying to get your own work in to come fucking grandstand. Just come on. Let's talk about what we're talking about. And, you know, if you have something cool to talk about, right on. Let's do it, man.
I'm glad that you use that word, grandstand, because there are a lot of motherfuckers that do it, bro. And
everybody does. Everybody does. And they will interrupt your ass. Literally, dude, perfect example. Max will ask me a question. Hey, Brian, what do you think? Boom, somebody will talk. I'm like, is your name Brian, dude? You don't like give me the chance to intake some air so I can talk. It's just okay. And then I forgot about what I was gonna say because somebody else talked. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off, especially when that person doesn't say anything until they fucking interrupt you, and then you're just like, you know what, fuck you, go in the back, have a good day, you know. And it's happened too many times, so I've had to take time off. And the grandstanding pisses me off. It's like, dude, just sit down. Nobody wants to hear you on your fucking soapbox, dude. Just chill. We're just hanging out talking about fucking movies. Fucking movies. So.
Yeah, and then you're absolutely right. 2 years of this shit, I'm fucking exhausted, bro. Like, you know,
I cannot wait to talk about something else, dude.
I'm
Mandalorian
so fucking
is
exhausted.
Be so fun to talk about. Mandalorian season 3. Dude,
and I'm not gonna get mad at somebody if they don't like it. You know what I mean?
I don't care. It's gonna be so awesome.
I just think that
this is freaking guy right here. He shows up. This guy right here, perfect example. No,
yeah, he was there last night. I was going in kind of hard last night on people and Maddie's chat. I was kind of snapping out. Some Steven dude, I like went in on him. Like, he was fucking, you know, because he's crying in the chat. Brian, this guy's crying about all the shit in the chat, and he doesn't like what we're saying about Snyder and it being over. Then when I come in there and I snap out, he's like, "Oh, cry me a river." I'm like, "Bitch, y'all are the ones fucking crying. The fucking we got what we wanted. We got what we wanted, motherfucker. You're the motherfucker crying. We got a DC to look forward to. You're the one crying. What the fuck you talking?" I like went in on that dude. And he's like, "Oh, you're so good, Snyder." I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. People like you. Just munching away on your keyboard.
Yeah, Ahsoka's,
you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Come in here with your big voice and say that shit, you fucking coward.
Right? Yeah, this fucking Brian guy, I don't know. Where does he get off? Talking about stream etiquette and shit. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I cut people off sometimes. I don't mean to do it, but all they got to do is say, "Hold on, let me finish," and I'll let them.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No.
But all that getting on my grandstand and doing the whole, what you people fail to realize is, and what's really happening is passing it off like it's fact. Look, I think Prime is a great kid. I do. I think he's nice. I think he's articulate. You know what I mean? I think Prime's a good kid. But man, the way he like talks down to
I'm
people
hoping.
in grandstands, I get so fucking bored. I just fall asleep when he's. He was on Enosh's one time, and I had to make up an excuse to leave because I was just like, and I'm sure he's a great kid, but I
Nah,
don't want to
it
hear
happens
this
all the time.
Superman lecture.
I've
I'm
gotten
so
to the
fucking
point now
sick.
where I'll just. What sucks is sometimes Matt's stream. I'm part of the StreamYards, so in order to leave that, you gotta like click 3 buttons to get out. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. No, Matt, I'm not talking about you. Talking about
I was. I was
streams
well,
and
yeah,
stuff.
but I wasn't talking bad about him. You know what I mean?
No, we weren't saying anything bad.
Matt knows better than that. Matt's just coming and trying to stir up shit. Another fucking instigator right there. That
Right?
fucking Matt
Right?
Jarbo dude. No, I'm just
No,
sick of DC TED Talks, man. I can't deal it. And look, and if I want the real information, I've been saying this for a year and a half now. If I want the real numbers, the real stats, the real articles, the real facts, I got a guy to go to for that. His name's Matt Jarbo, because he breaks down all that shit without lecturing you. Okay?
Sure.
I don't need a fucking Superman lecture. I just want to know
you're
why
not
it didn't
wrong.
work and what's your opinion. You know
Or
what I
a
mean?
sermon, or a
Yeah,
sermon.
I don't need all that. That's why I go to
without a
Maddie.
sermon from the freaking. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I really am. I want to talk about sports, dude. The playoffs are coming up, man.
That's all Brodan's. He's completely redoing
so
his
excited
whole
about
channel.
that.
He's going all sports. He's so sick of nerd stuff. Like you guys, Brodan, the loudest motherfucker in this entire circle with no filter whatsoever, who has had a meltdown on every one of you at least once in the past few years. You all broke him. Congratulations. You broke him. You broke Brodan. I didn't think it was possible. I'm like, he's young. He's rubber. He'll bounce back right away. Brian, y'all broke him. He's like, fuck this, all sports, all the time. I don't want to talk about no nerd shit.
That's about where I'm at, man. I don't even watch nerd videos anymore unless it's like has to do with Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's right. I'm still in Westeros, bitches. Let's see here. Matt brings the facts and hilarious delivery. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, he understands that business side of it. So does William. William does too, but William doesn't have William. There's no. You can get Maddie to bend. You can find a common thread with Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
William will not bend.
He'll dig in.
He will dig in and be like, no, this is how it is, and this is how it's going to be, and everything else is stupid. But William's never been. He's been like this since day one. He hasn't flip-flopped once, so you got to respect him for that. But at least Matt, you can have a conversation. Will's like, nope, I'm right, you're wrong.
And the main reason why I don't come on is because it's late at night. I'm usually in bed. Let's see here. I did say it, but no, there's lots of stuff like God of War, NFL, Twitch, RIP. Yeah, that's sad. Let's see here. Just whatever more.
Yeah, see, I didn't know the Twitch guy. I didn't know much, but I know it's. Here's the best way I can put it. It's sad in a different way, and it hits different. It's sad when anybody dies. Anybody, even if you don't know them. Christine McVeigh from Fleetwood Mac just died, and I felt that shit.
I was like, what? I had to listen to some Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, but when you take yourself out of the game, it hits different. You feel for that person. It hurts a little bit different, So I'm sure the people that are thinking of that Twitch guy right now, I didn't know much about him, but I know it's sad. It's sad in a different way when somebody takes himself out,
Yeah, no. Oh, same thing with Jason David Frank or whatever, like. I was sad to hear about that. Green Ranger was one of my favorite Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, Jason Frank. Yeah.
No way. Degrassi, what's up, buddy?
Where's he been? I ain't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, I seen him a couple the other day.
Well,
I
can't really talk shit.
Picard season 3 though. That's where I'm.
I'm excited about that. I love the way season 2 did. Yeah.
Well,
season 2 did great. I loved it. I loved the board thing. It was all awesome. Yeah.
We're getting the Next Generation reunion, along with potential spin-off opportunities from other Next Generation era properties.
For who?
Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Okay, Voyager, I'm in. I
Uh-huh.
don't know about Deep
Well, they've
Space
already
Nine.
brought back Kate Mulgrew and Prodigy, like full on brought her back. I mean, yes, it's CG, but like she's back as the voice.
Hey, is it bad? I know Degrassi. Don't get mad at me, but when I didn't discover Highlander until 1990, and that's because Highlander 2 came out and it was awful. The movie was fucking awful. Okay, and
Yeah,
I
but
tried
the
to direct.
first one, dude, the first one, within the first 5 seconds, you know it's going to be awesome. Because
I didn't know
dude,
about the first one.
Michael P.S. Hayes, dude.
I didn't know about the first one. The third one with Mario Van Peebles was okay. My favorite one, believe it or not, is not the first one. My favorite one is Endgame,
Oh,
where they
I like
put
that one too.
Duncan and Colin together. Or Connor.
Adrian
Duncan
Paul.
and Connor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a great one. And Connor forces him to kill him so he can have enough power to beat what's his face.
On my voodoo.
But also I'm gonna just go ahead and I don't want to. But anyway, Degrassi, is it bad that I'm not really a big Highlander fan?
Not really.
I'm just not a big Highlander fan, dude. I'm not a big Blade Runner fan either.
No, he's not. That's why. It's all the Highlander sequels suck. The TV show, though, the TV show was legit.
Yeah, that's the one I like. I liked the TV show with Adrian Paul. But don't get me wrong, the first Highlander is fucking incredible. It's just not one of those I can watch over and over and over and over. Then you go watch the second one and you're like,
I don't watch
the
one.
fuck?
I'll watch the third one. With the
third one's okay. But there's Final Dimension and then there's Endgame.
Yeah,
and
Endgame is really good though. I like that with Jacob Kells and freaking. Oh, yeah,
that's who
dude.
it was, Kells. Yeah, and when Connor forced Duncan to kill him. Like that was a great scene. And then when he snaps out in the final fight, he's like Adrian Paul's like screaming, "Come on!" He's like running at Kel. This fuck shit was dope, dude.
Yeah,
because I was feeling that. I was like, dude, you made me kill my bestie. You know what I mean? I really like that movie. And the chick's gorgeous, whoever that model is.
Yeah.
Whoever she is, she's gorgeous, man. I don't know who she is, but she's absolutely gorgeous. But none of them are as pretty as Eddie Vedder, Degrassi. Eddie Vedder's the most pretty of them all.
Can't find a better man.
No, Degrassi's, you don't even understand. Dude, this dude's a mega Pearl Jam fan. I am too, but I mean, I used to think I was the biggest Pearl Jam fan I knew, and then I met Degrassi, and he's got me faded, bro.
I have a passing fancy for Pearl Jam.
Well, I didn't fall into the Nirvana side of things.
I fell out of Nirvana real
Soundgarden,
quick.
Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, bro. That's where I was at.
I was like Green Day, Weezer.
Yeah, I love Weezer still.
I liked it. Was it Heart? What the hell was that one band?
How does one understand that band? Are you talking about Pearl Jam, Jimbo? I never. You know what's crazy? Everyone talks about Eddie. He's not that bad. I've never had a problem understanding Eddie. Okay,
he's got a good voice. I like his singing.
And that album 10, there's not one bad song on that album. Not one.
Oh, Vitology was another good one.
Yeah, I dug Vitology. Versus was the one I really, man. Versus was so good too. Rearview
I think
Mirror,
it was just because the music videos got overplayed.
Yeah, and it killed my music. The music I was raised on, the Seattle scene killed that. It killed my music, but I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, you're like Firehouse, and then.
That's funny. I saw Firehouse. Warrant Trickster, and Firehouse on the same bill.
My favorite part of the whole goddamn Peacemaker show is when
he's crying.
When he goes back into the house and he steals the Firehouse album.
The Cinderella, Firehouse, all that. God. That's so good. And then when he's talking to that one chick,
listening to it.
That was shit when he had her tied up. That was fun. And then later on, Him and dude, they ran a train on her. They double teamed her. That shit was fucking crazy funny, dude.
Great show. Sad we won't get a season 2.
Oh no, we're gonna get at least a season 2. I just don't think we're getting anything else.
Oh, I hope it's like they explain everything.
'Cause I think
I'm gonna miss
I think they've already started filming season 2. So
Oh, that's good. That's good. Don't
I
break
don't
my
know. That
heart,
could be
okay?
that could just be.
Don't treat me bad, okay? But no,
That's a great song.
right? But no, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to the future of movie talk without DC for a
We'll
little
see
bit.
what happens, man. You know,
I'm being optimistic here, okay? Well, my thing is like, dude, people were dropping out yesterday, man. Like, bruh, it was crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna see. I think the Snyder cut was the glue that held a lot of us together. So we're gonna see.
yeah. Everybody was everybody was held together by hate.
Basically, our mutual disdain of people who were really, really really wanting the Snyder cut. That's basically what it turned into.
And it's funny too, because everybody got mad at me when I said, "Hey, look, James Gunn comes on social media and lets the fans know everything that's going on. He tries to stop all the disinformation, tries to stop all the infighting. He doesn't want anything toxic. Meanwhile, Zack Snyder's over here gaslighting people, putting out turkeys and shit. Can't even come out and just tell his fan base to chill for
Shut
2
the fuck
seconds.
up for 10
Yeah,
seconds,
just shut the
man.
fuck up." So I'm a Zack
No.
fan, but at the same time, I know
doing
when
very
someone's
well.
trolling. And
Yeah.
Zack's a fucking troll.
Straight up.
Me, I'm more in it for the just my day sucked. Let me chill with my friends at night, you know.
Yeah.
And now I've got all this downtime because of shit with my fucking dad, you know. But when I do go back to work full time and shit, when I come home, that's just what I'm gonna want to do is stream with my friends and just have a conversation.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if certain aspects go away, this channel will be here to stay. I don't care. I like hanging out. That's the only thing I like to do on these damn streams. I'd rather like not even go live and just hang out.
Yeah, and I've been gaming again, like a lot of gaming.
Me
Yeah.
too, man. I've been playing a lot more. I was gonna play some games today, but it's not working. So
Modern Warfare 2 was the last game I wanted because I've hated Call of Duty for a long time. Since Black Ops 2 ended, I'm like, I hate Call of Duty. But this one made it fun again. I don't know. The campaign's really fun. And I still play my racing games, man. I need that Forza 8 to come out soon. Let's just make that happen, people. So I'm tired of I don't know. I'm just tired of shitting on people. No one can roll with me. No one can hang with me.
Hey, Joe, what's up, man? Hope you're good. Now I'm about ready to wrap this sucker up, man. I'm gonna get some food, all that stuff.
Oh, food sounds good.
But yeah, stick around. I want to talk with you for a little bit. It's been a while. We can catch up. So everyone, thank you for coming by and all that good stuff. Smash that like button. Yeah, sorry, man. It is a party, Joe, but I am gonna end it. I gotta go get some food.
Hashtag fire James Gunn.
We'll have more hangout streams. We're doing karaoke Saturday night over on To The Max. So make sure to stop by. It'll be fun. A good holiday time to be had by all. So until then, goodbye. Peace out. And